Hi everybody, welcome back to the Coding and Analysis YouTube channel. So we ran our two models, our predicted sold prices for our sold data set and our model for our current listings, and we applied our trained final model from the sold onto the current listings, and we used that to determine predicted sold prices for these current listings in this data set that I have. And I guess the outcome, if the listings are lower than the predicted sold price, then yeah, one way to think about this is, since Destin is a destination resort town or vacation town, it says tends toward a buyer market. But it's completely different than just like a landlocked city in Nebraska or even a landlocked city in Florida. You're gonna have like a set market. In Destin, it could really go both ways. If you could get into a bidding war with somebody because the people that are looking to buy houses, they're wealthy, they're rich, they're willing to go into a bidding war and buy a house that is being listed, being listed lower, and maybe it's kind of different strategies that the seller is trying to employ. You might have one that's wants to list it lower, and maybe get multiple offers on it, and you just list it, and you don't have to accept the offer. You can decline it and increase the price. But sometimes they might just have like a lower listing price and see if there's like a bidding war. Like in this case, if listings are lower than the predicted sale price, these may be underpriced in the current market, suggesting a possible bidding war pricing strategy opportunity for the seller. And also, it also could mean that they've had the home on the market for a while, and they've had to lower it continually to lower it, and they're trying to get the best offers that they can. So it's kind of going both ways, but it could happen like this in this resort town. If there's endless, it's kind of like an endless possibilities of way you would want to market a property to sell. And if you have listings that are higher than the predicted sale price, these may be overpriced, could face resistance or longer time on market. So we'll go over some of these. I found some good examples that we could go over. Equal predictions, model lines with agent pricing potentially priced correctly. So even if it's 5% over what the current listing is, I'll be fine with that. If our model, our training or final model, or whatever you want to call it, the model and the different contexts that we were talking about in the previous video, if we can get that predicted sell price within 5%, uh, within 5% below or above, that would be great. Above 10%, that would probably be a little miss on our part. Greater than 15, that would be um, a bit. I guess you call it a bigger miss for the model. But let's look at the some of these results right here. And I have outliers, medium outliers, and within range. If we look at the calculations, so I ran it with the log, well, with no log first. Then I added the log to it to see what the results would be, and improved it slightly. we started with 109 largest outliers and 30 medium outliers and 121 within range. With our no log and with log applied, with the log function applied, we have largest outliers at 111, so it went up 2, but the medium outliers went down to 22, went down 8, and then within range, it went up to 6. So even though it went up slightly with the largest outliers, it was still a better performance with the medium outliers and within range. So that's why the log, the calculations with the log, with the model training, it was better with the log instead of without the log applied. And let's look at a couple of examples. You can see here, yes, in these $1 million homes, we're getting some crazy variances. But I went and researched it, and it didn't really seem as crazy as what it looks like right here. So, example for this one, 3464 Scenic Highway 98. Our model predicted as 3,062,000, and it's being listed for 10,495,000. So that's a difference of around 7 million. Crazy difference. But I researched it, and it was delisted in 2022 for 4.95 million and relisted in 2025 for 10.5 million. And if we look at it here, I'm pretty sure this is correct house. I mean, it's amazing. Right on the beach, beautiful views. Great. I'm sure it's ISO 2 masonry construction with stucco finish. 4,600 square feet, 8 beds, 7 baths. I mean, it's unobstructed views of the coastline. I mean, amazing, beautiful. The only problem would be a potential hurricane, the surge coming ashore, and yeah, you can see there's a sand right here to kind of block the any potential surge. Let's see, what does it say? Oh, home's elevation. What does it say? Home's elevation offers commanding views of the from all primary living areas. So it looks like it's built up, and there's like a sand dune to protect the property. Oh wow, even straight to the beach. Over the sand dune. You just have to have some flood insurance. But it was listed so now it's listed at 9.4 million. When I had extracted this from Redfin, it was at 10.4. So they listed it in May 2024 for 10.4. You can see here they listed it in 2022 for 6 million, really 7 million. They dropped it again at 5.4, dropped it again 5.4, price changed to 4.9, and they delisted it. I guess they couldn't find a buyer or they didn't want to sell again. So I don't know if they've made more renovations to it or they added something else to the house, but they're listing it for 10 million and it didn't sell for 4.9 million. So I really wonder how long, if somebody, especially in this, you can say this destined forward, it's leaning towards a buyer market, even though it's a wealthy resort town. People were willing to have a bidding war to buy the house that they love. But from 10 million, I don't think it's, you're gonna have to drop it. I guess they just listed it on there and hope hoping that somebody would buy it. So really our model at 3 million doesn't really seem too far off, because if they couldn't sell it at 5 million and they had it like 4.2 million, I think, then our lean towards this being more accurate than this 10 million. I don't think it's not gonna sell for 10 million. They gotta either just take it off the market again or keep it dropping down to 4 million maybe. I don't know. It's weird. But with these $1 million properties, it's got to be listed for a long time, or large price cuts, or you really never know if they're just kind of listing it to see if hoping somebody will snatch it up. Because I mean, it's the best views that you're gonna get on the white sandy beaches. It looks amazing. So I would say our model is closer than the listing price, being more accurate. And really anything negative, or if our predicted sale price is below the current listing price, that's sort of a good sign, because well, it's a good sign because that it's possible that what did I put down? I put down there's a possibility the predicted sale price will be close to the actual sold price, because it's negative. Like for some of these that were positive, it's not gonna, unless there's some type of a crazy bidding war, or if the home needed repairs, which couldn't have been accounted for in the model's training. And then these large outliers that are positive, have a positive difference, then I had to put down predicted sale price over predicted. So our model over predicted on these, but if it's negative, there's still that possibility that our model's predictions was could be close, not too far off from the actual sold price. So what's another one? 4300 Breakwater Drive. Let's find that one. Oh, let's just look at it. So it's amazing. So it's on the north side of Destin. So it's amazing views of the bay. 1400. So 14 million being listed for 14,995,000. It's actually on HGTV's Extreme Homes, and you can see why. Gated enclave, amazing views, but not it's not views of the beach, but views of the bay, and just amazing property. Love the gold stucco. Love the front. Those two pillars right there. And let's see what our model, since it's 14, it's going to be at the top. That was going to be at the top. Let me filter and see. I think this is the most expensive one. Yeah. So our model really lowered. So it's at 4.9 million. Our model's predictions is being listed for 14 million, and the difference is 10 million. Large outlier. But so it's sold. So this is the crazy thing. It's sold in 2016 for 3,885,000. Whole house generator installed in 2024. So if it's sold in 2016 for 3.85 million, and I know you know that that's probably worth 500,000 or more. This home house generator. How how did they expect it to sell for even in our case right here, I still feel like the 5 million could be a decent actual sold price for this, because unless they did something did some crazy renovations after 2016, maybe they had some crazy renovations or something. But I don't think it's gonna sell for 14 million. See, a new whole house generator was installed in 2024, built in 2006. Wonder if there's anything about new renovations. So if yeah, you can see here it was listed for 3 million, 3.9 million, sold for 3.85 million in 2016. It was listed in August 24 for 20 million. They had to drop it 5 million to 15. Now it's at 14. And unless some crazy renovations happen, I mean, nothing really much has changed except for that whole house generator. 205 photos. I mean, that's crazy. So I mean, look at that. It's amazing. Right on the water. Yeah, you would still need a giant giant amount for pay for flood insurance as well for that one. But I mean, I don't really see it selling for 14. They might have to keep lowering it to 10. And I don't know what their oh wow, look at that. That's amazing. I don't know what their minimal amount they're willing to sell it for, but if it sold for 3.85 million in 2016, 5 million does not seem uh, crazy that it would sell for 5 million. Maybe between 5 and 10 million it might sell for. And I'll keep an eye on this one. Keep an eye on these biggest valuations to see how much they have to keep dropping to actually sell. I'll make a update video on these current listings to see what happened. So let me go back to see 809 Main Street. 809 Main Street was, let me filter for large outliers, and Main Street. Let me just take a quick search. 809 uh, Main. So CV is Cove. I think I was saying court, but I realized CV stands for Cove. Pretty sure it stands for Cove. So I might have accidentally said court in one of the previous videos, but it's CV. I've never seen. I don't remember seeing CV before, but it's most likely Cove. So we have 809 Main Street. Our predicted sale price 2.1 million. Sell for 900. We're listed for 995,000. Difference 1.1 million. But when I went and looked at it home, not updated. If updated, it would sell closer to the predicted sale price. So you can see here, and really, no amazing views of the bay or the beach, but you can see here it's dated, pretty dated, with the countertops, old old stove. or a cooktop, and yeah, it's just wallpaper. Looks like it's from the 90s. Has been updated. Has a nice in-ground pool, but yeah, if it was updated, rare opportunity West Destin custom home. So it's a lot of land, 1988. So I guess it still has features from 1988, especially that stove cooktop. Some of those they look pretty old, and probably even the countertops, probably from 1998 maybe. I don't know, but so that's why it's being listed for 995,000. And if they if they decked out a renovation to it, I think our model just overestimated, but maybe 1.5 million would could be a good sell price instead of 2.1. 2.1 doesn't seem. I don't think even with it like a renovated outlook for the home, I don't think it would sell for 2.1. So what I'll do here is I'll add these spreadsheets to my GitHub, and if you want to, and I'll update. I'll have a actual sold price right here, and update the sold prices on some of them, not all of them, but maybe some like the top tier $1 million homes. And one thing to think of it is if our model had it, our predicted sold price was higher than the listing, then it could mean that our model over predicted, but it also could mean that like the 809 Main Street, the home is older or hasn't been updated. It has dated features, and then I'll do some more analysis in the next video. I'll break down all the positives and the negatives, and try to find another example of a home that was our model predicted higher and then it's currently listed and it's due to a condition. So I'll do that in the next video. Thanks for watching and see y'all.